is a very, very nice public lake carp.
Jesus.
If I've not seen one before.
The hardest fight I've ever had from a carp. Unforgettable.
This move is really paying off now. I feel like they're proper on it now, it's rocking.
That's per. Guess what he's doing?
Where are we going, kid?
Well, I think we're going France, but unless you hurry up, we ain't going to make the ferry.
Just for the record, it's going to be 40 degrees out there this weekend, and you're worried about some slip-proof trainers. You'll be in your bare feet the whole time.
Look at the tread on them.
Well, that's the ferry out of the way. Just about to pull into the dock, and yeah, the sun's coming up and getting a little bit excited now, aren't we? So yeah, I think we're about 2 hours away from the lake. Hopefully try and find a shop that's open pretty close by, and yeah, take our first lap and our first proper look at our potential home for the next 3 days. Right then, so we just finished our first sort of semi-lap, if you like. Walked about 3/4 of the way around, had a real good look, and pleased to say we've seen quite a few fish. I mean, we've probably sort of seen what, 10 shows, maybe even a few more.
Yeah, 10 definite shows.
Sort of nicely spread out as well. It's quite apparent it's a shallow end of the deep end by the looks of it, and yeah, sort of seen them here, there, and everywhere. So we're not going to waste too much time. It's 8:30 now. The main shop's just opened. We're going to go up there, get a bit of food for at least the next day. If we can avoid going to the shop tomorrow, it'll be handy, because yeah, definitely bite time seems to be the sort of time. Well, say bite time. Well, certainly showing it this time. So yeah, go to the shop, get a few bits, and get back and yeah, have a chat amongst ourselves and sort of see where we want to be fishing.
Right, so just a quick recap. It's fast approaching 6 o'clock now on our first day here in France. And to be honest, there's not a lot to report on the fish front. After we pulled our blades of grass for our swim choice, our version of the short straw, got round to this side of the lake, and myself and Tristan really wanted to have a good look round before sort of committing to an area for the night. We walked the whole lake, myself and Tristan, and we got round to the middle part of the lake, opposite to where we'd dumped our gear on this side. And as soon as we got there and we were looking at the lake, it flattened off a little bit, and we could just see so many fish just milling around, just under the surface, sunning themselves in those warm rays this afternoon. To be honest, in 38 degrees heat, if I wasn't fishing, I'd probably be soaking myself in the sun as well, to be honest.
Well, today has absolutely flown by. I had a little go flight fishing for him this morning. Well, yeah, this morning. Had a couple of hours on that, but I mean, the mix had drifted past so many big fish without any interest whatsoever. I sort of knew better than to just keep trying, to be fair. I'm currently trying to work out what I want to do for this evening. Now it's getting to that sort of time, the temperature's starting to drop a little bit. If it's going to be a bite time, this sort of time of year when it's this hot, it's probably going to be very, very soon, if not early morning. First of all, I'm going to head up to the swim where I was float fishing earlier. Potentially look at doing the night in there. I'm going to have a little cast around it. It's really, really weedy out in front of it.
Right, so luckily for me, I come out first in our little draw that we did early this morning, and very, very happily got in the swim that I really wanted to get into. But not always well at the moment. I have unfortunately lost one, don't know what it was. A real strange occurrence. It kind of picked up and then tore off. Had it on for about a minute. It went solid in some weed, and then it come out and then just pinged off. And as I reeled it in, my hook's completely straightened. So what that was, I don't know, and I never will know. But shortly after that, I followed it up with a tench, which was not great, to be honest. So yeah, going into the evening, we're quietly confident. There's definitely fish out there. Louis and Trist, they come round and saw me just after they'd done a lap, and they saw a lot of fish in the middle of the lake sitting on the top. So not surprising with this weather really. So I think it's going to be night bites and early morning bites for us. So we've got to make the most of it. So we're going to fight through the tiredness, put some food on soon, definitely going to have a coffee as well, and stay up as late as we can watching the water, because we need to learn as much as we can in a really, really short space of time here. So yeah, we've got to make the most of every moment, and yeah, hopefully we'll be surprised tonight.
What happened, mate?
My middle rod is torn off, like seriously torn off on the choddy. After putting some bait out this morning actually. And yeah, I had it on for about 2 minutes and it's just pinged off. So, not good. Really bad. And then the fish on the spot. I don't really know what to say.
I'm gutted for you, mate.
Felt big, but
Absolutely
it's hard to
gutted
tell,
for you.
isn't it? That just tore off.
Just get it back out there, man. They're still there.
I've still got another rod on that spot, to be fair. Come in, Big Les, what you got?
Mate, that was absolutely ridiculous. That was absolutely mad. Literally, I was just standing next to my rods thinking I've got to reel in a sec to come see Lou. And my man was out there with his boat lure fishing above my spot, and my left hand rod pulled up tight, and I'm thinking, surely not. Like, it's about 15 foot deep out there. And yeah, I was sort of trying to work it out, and it absolutely pissed off. And then, well, into it, it's cut straight round to the right. And that is, without doubt, the hardest fight I've ever had from a carp in my entire life. Like, that was ridiculous. Like, you see my line, it's all curly. It's a new line, and it's so curly, it won't even go through the eyes anymore. That's how much line it took. That was ridiculous. I'm literally still shaking. It's probably, I'm not going to say how big it is, but it looks like one of the oldest carp I've ever seen. Its tail is about the same size as my head. I'm f***ing shaking, that's mad.
Well, so it's been a rather productive morning. It was the really, really early hours of the morning, and yeah, first bite for me, middle rod. Didn't really tear off too much. It sort of signalled a few bleeps, enough to make me get out of the bed chair and run down to the rod. And yeah, after a short spirited fight, I've landed my first carp from this lake. So yeah, as you can imagine, I was ecstatic to get one on the first night, knowing that it was been very tough conditions. But yeah, this was the first one. Look at him. What a prime example of a public lake carp. You would never think this has been caught from France, would you? To be fair, you'd never think this is a French fish. There's a lot of stigma around French carp, and yeah, there's a lot more nice ones to be caught than your average. This one certainly is not average. So yeah, not going to weigh him. He's beautiful little mirror. No, he's very lively. The sun's getting up now. One more last look. And we're slipping back. I've got an even bigger, even more beautiful one in the retainer. Wow. Not many words to really say about it, apart from just look at it. It's mad, isn't it, to know that there's fish like this swimming around in public waters in France that are as beautiful as this. Look at the scales on it. Well chuffed.
How about that for an absolute dinosaur of a public lake mirror carp? I can't quite believe it. 43 pounds 4 ounces, and it was a damn sight bigger before she spawned. An absolute grandad of a fish, and I can't believe it. Literally, I was just on the phone to Lou, saying he had one in the retainer. I was just about to reel in, and 10 minutes later, standing next to me rods, and it's ripped off and run me a ragged, a battle I will never forget, and without doubtably the hardest fight I've ever had from a carp, and I'm absolutely blown away. Mega, mega creature, and we've got 2 nights left. Unbelievable.
So the last time you saw me was this morning after I put that really, really nice scaly fish back. Since then, as expected, it's been a very, very hot day today. It's been up in the 40s, sweltering hot. We've had to keep ourselves really hydrated. We've had to have a dip in the water as well to keep cool. I haven't actually had the rods out in the water for the day fishing. I've decided to rest my swim. And I actually, after coming back from filming Tristan's really nice 40 pounder earlier this morning, I came back and actually fell asleep on Kieran's bed chair for most of the afternoon. It was obviously well needed. Really have been lacking sleep on this trip, and with the weather the way it has been, it does really take it out of you. So my plans for this evening, I'm going to replicate exactly what I did yesterday. It obviously seemed to work. I haven't been able to put the bait out during the day today as I've been asleep, but I'm going to put some bait out now with the spom. I'm going to make up another mix exactly the same as I did yesterday, the same components. But I'm not going to get as much of it out as I did yesterday. I think that there was enough time for the smaller fish and the tench especially to get through a little bit of that bait, and I think that I'm just going to try and replicate exactly what happened yesterday. So I'm going to put a few spoms over each of my rods and then spray a few single boilies over the top with a throwing stick, and yeah, get the rods out in position ready for the night.
So I haven't been able to update the camera today personally, as lots of stuff has happened, so it's been very busy. This morning was very hectic with Lou's 2 fish and Trist's absolutely lovely 43 pound, was it? Yeah. 43 pound. I didn't manage anything last night. Woke up this morning a bit deflated. I kind of took a gamble last night. I didn't put no bait out simply because I got tenched out yesterday afternoon. I thought if I was going to put quite a bit of bait out, the same would happen all night. So I took a gamble, put 3 singles out, and it didn't pay off. But as I awoke and Lou had his action over bait, I put about 10 spoms on one of the spots where I've got 2 rods on, and an hour later I had a proper savage take, absolutely tore off, and unfortunately it come off after about a minute. One of them things, obviously it felt big, but you always say that, you don't really know, but it's one of them things, and hopefully I can make up for it tonight. I've kind of had a change of plan. I've kept to that spot where I had to take from, and I have put probably around 15 spoms out on that one. So I've got 2 rods on that, and then the other rod I found a really nice spot, 25.5 wraps out, which is quite far, but the fish have been spending their days there. You can see them with their backs out. They're quite obviously sitting there in the day. There's a lot of weed out there. I think it's one of the shallow areas in the lake, so they seem to be happy there. I've managed to get a bait as close as I can to them, so fingers crossed something happens. But it's going to be really hot tonight. The weather app says it's going to stay 20, 21 degrees all night, which is horrible. It's been horrible today. Like, we're just trying to get through it. Everything's warm, the drinks are warm. We're trying to keep hydrated, but it is hard. I got absolutely bitten to shreds last night. I thought I was cool by staying under the stars, but I should have been wise like Lou and put my brolly up and the overwrap with the mozzie mesh, because they were really, really bad, and I'm feeling it today. I've got bites all over my body, so yeah, it's one of them. But the brolly's up now, and hopefully I can get some nice sleep tonight, because we haven't had any for the last few days, and with the heat and lack of water, lack of food, it's starting to take its toll a little bit. So yeah, a nice well-earned rest tonight would be really nice, but also it'd be even better if I was awoken by one of my alarms absolutely screaming off. So it was a night of ups and downs for me last night. Around 3 o'clock this morning, I had a take on my middle rod, which weeded me up solid and unfortunately come off. And around 5 minutes later, the left-hand rod, which was on the same spot, done exactly the same. There's no access to boats on here. You're not actually allowed boats at all, so it's a bit of a struggle in all that weed. But I persevered, got some more bait out on the spots, and around an hour ago, just before the first light, the middle rod was away again, and I was rewarded with this absolute mint 26.5 pound common. First fish of this session. Really, really happy to get my account up and running. And it's not the only one I've had either. I've got another smaller mirror waiting in the net, which probably went around 15, 20 minutes ago. So yeah, the perseverance has paid off, and I'm really, really, really happy. Fine example of public lake fish. Mouth looks untouched. What a reward. Buzzing. Number two, a lot smaller. Okay, so number two of the morning. Nice to have a common and a mirror. Only small, but caught from long range on a spot that I found yesterday. Proper jet black. Looks like a male. I think they've recently spawned in here. They all look a bit empty, the ones we've seen. But yeah, nonetheless, lovely, lovely carp. The colours on it and scales. Proper public lake fishing.
So you join me the morning of day 3. You probably didn't hear much from me yesterday because as soon as the guys got back around to their swims and I got the rod sorted and stuff, I was greeted by a horrible headache. Like, anyway, we've all had headaches, but this was a savage one. So as soon as I got a bit of shade in my swim, the first bit of shade I kind of get sort of around about 5-6 o'clock. As soon as I got that, I was out. I was passed out for the evening, and I woke up this morning reasonably fresh-headed, to be honest. So I think I needed to catch up in the sleep, to say the least, and yeah, that headache was not helping. So, unfortunately, I wasn't greeted with a fish this morning or last night. It was a very, very, very quiet night for me. I did see a few fish out in front of me, but nothing further than that, really. However, I do believe Kieran has finally got off the mark, as you may have seen already. So yeah, absolutely buzzing for him. That was the objective of the trip, all 3 of us to catch a fish from this lake, and happy to say we've now all done so. Me, however, I think I've conjured a bit of a plan now. I think I'm going to get packed up, get all the gear in the van, because I mean, it's another very, very hot day today, and we haven't had a single take, in the real sort of middle of the day yet. No action. So there's a couple of other guys fishing as well. We haven't seen any of them catch this sort of time. So it's going to be a good opportunity for me to pack up, get all the gear in the van, grab one of the guys from the other side. One of them can stay with the gear. The other will come to me to the shop, get some nice cold drinks, a bit of ice, some nice food for this evening. And I'm going to head round to their side of the lake where there are several swims free. And I have seen quite a few fish show to the left-hand side of Louis this morning. So I'm going to get on that. I'm going to get down that side of him. We did come here together as well, and it would be nice to spend a little bit of time with them, have a bit of a social tonight, and we've got all day tomorrow as well. So yeah, work out a plan for then. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I think it's going to be the best bet. Get packed up, get the gear in the van, go to the shop, get around there, get set up, and yeah, have a bit of a social this evening, and hopefully have another fish to show you this evening or tomorrow. Just got back from the shop for the last night. I thought we'd treat us all to a proper cold one out of the fridge.
Needed.
Very needed.
Heineken beers.
Kronenberg.
Oh, it's not even open yet. Oh yes.
Cheers, lads.
Cheers, lads. It's been emotional.
Has been.
Oh my god.
Oh, it's so cold, it's lovely.
That tastes amazing after 3 days of 40 degrees.
Yeah.
Quick update from me. Me and Tris have just not long been back from the shops. We managed to find a little grocery store open on a Sunday, which was an absolute godsend. So we were able to buy a couple of nice cold drinks, a few more supplies for tonight. And in all that time that we've been away, and just before we went, the weather has changed quite somewhat. We've got overcast, cooler conditions today. What's the time? It's probably about Yeah, it's 10 to 5 and it's been significantly cooler today. What we did notice earlier was a lot of fish showing to our left. It makes sense because where I am, I'm sort of the furthest point to the right. I was lucky enough to get those couple of bites the first night, and Tristan did as well, who was dead opposite me. But last night we both blanked. So Kieran managed to catch a couple and lost a couple, and he's sort of up to the left. So the picture that we're sort of putting together is that the fish have moved up to the left. I can get myself into position on the fish on the other side of the lake. It's going to mean packing everything down, getting on the barrow and getting round there. Tristan has also come round this side now. So we're currently all together, which has been the first time for this whole trip. And it would be lovely to do a social on the last night, but we're here to catch fish, and there's a swim opposite on the other side of the lake that is on the fish, and that for me and my confidence levels after blanking last night would do a lot of good to get round there for the last evening and do it on my own. So yeah, Tristan's found a spot just a bit further down the bank, a good sort of 4 or 5 swims away from Kieran. I'm going to get packed up now. I've already started to wash all the pans up and get everything back into my bags. Rods are in, and yeah, I'm going to get everything on the barrow, head round to the other side of the lake. I'm going to be taking this diary cam with me and leaving the other cameras with these two. So yeah, I'll get everything on the barrow as quickly as I can and get round there. I want to get some rods in position ready for this evening, and we'll see. You never know what the last night could bring.
So the traps are finally set, and now all the rod's out and the bait's out and all that's out of the way with now, and we're all in our swims. It's time to kick back, relax a little bit. Now the sun's gone in as well, we can sit in a bit of shade and actually think straight, because you know, sitting in the sun like that has been absolutely savage.
second bite. I'm gonna put the rods back out. About 4 in the morning. I've dropped it in the retainer, and to be honest, I would have done the pictures in the video of it by now, but the rods haven't stopped going. So Kieran's just come round. We had a coffee. The rod's gone. While we're sitting here, I've got another few fish to look at yet. Anyway, this was the second one of the double take. A nice little mirror, clean mirror, mint mouth, mint condition throughout. Not that many scales on it, but a nice dark colour. It's obviously got that from the clear water. So I'm not going to weigh it. It's probably a scraper 20. Getting there anyway. Yeah, show you the next one. Very lively. Very, very lively, this one. This was the first bite when I got the rods back out this morning. First bite, and it was nice to see a common go over the cord, to be fair. He's really, really angry. He's covered in spawning spots, so he doesn't like me at all. He has been in the retainer for a couple of hours just to chill out, but yeah, he wants to go back. So I'm gonna get him back now. Wow, just check that out. I mean, mad fish, absolutely mad fish. Huge armour plate scales on it. Fought like an absolute demon. Run me absolutely ragged. And I was very pleased to see this one pop up by the net before it went in it. They've been keeping me busy for sure this morning. The boys have been round here for a while because the rods keep going off. But yeah, what a beautiful fish. What a way to spend a Sunday. Monday. It's Monday, isn't it?
There we go,
Clearly a very, very old carp with a few tails to tell. Missing one of its pectoral fins, and it is a very, very, very angry one. But yeah, unfortunately I did lose a very, very powerful fish last night, like Kieran, but it's part of it. I mean, Kier pointed out as well, like, I think all the fish here have got such soft mouths. It's inevitable with fish like that. Some fish are going to get lost, especially when they're so angry and so powerful as the ones in here. So yeah, happy days.
Well. I've had another bite. This move is really paying off now. I've got the rod back out there, topped up the spot with bait because, to be honest, I feel like it's going to keep going. I feel like they're proper on it now, it's rocking. So, next one is a bit bigger. It's a lovely old mirror. This one run me all over the place, got me into a snag in the edge, and I had to get right in, almost up to my neck to make sure I got him out. It's not as big as I thought it was. Clearly all spawned, but yeah, it's got a big old gut on it. Lovely fish, to be fair. There she is. Proper dinosaur. It's got weathered little fins and starburst scales all over it. Mint mouth. Hell of a scrap. It's like a slate grey, purpley. Oh, it's just, yeah. My kind of carp, that's for sure. From this public expanse of water that we knew very little about. We actually stumbled across this lake on another trip earlier in the year. That move has certainly paid off this morning. Mad. I wonder what else is to come this afternoon.
What did I say?
Well, there you go. The last one of this frantic morning. It's been mad. Don't know what to say really, but yeah, the lake's been really kind to me after that move. I know I've said that probably 100 times now to the boys, but yeah. Thanks to you two as well for giving up the last morning to come and do these shots for us. Chuffed to bits is an understatement.
So I have packed everything up, and yeah, probably got around another hour of the rods having time out there sort of thing, and then they need to come in because we need to get back to the car park, load the van and get on our way to catch the ferry. We don't want to miss that because we're going to be late enough home as it is.
There's one to end the trip nicely with. A fine example of a mint condition public lake carp from a lake that we knew very, very little about before we even turned up on Friday. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Is that a nice soft ending?
Soft ending.
Soft endings.
Have you got a soft end?
Yeah,
Hard end.
soft end. How'd you think about that? Soft end.
Soft end.
Soft end.
Soft end. from
Soft
Wofte.
end. Hi, my name's Soft End from Most End.
Here.
I know. Oh shit! It's too heavy, man.
Don't know what to think or do, and I think that the heat isn't helping. And yeah, for that reason I stayed here. Come on, talking about it. My head's just gone fucking brain dead.
Batman.
Cricket bat. So this is Batman.
Fucking Batman.
Batman.
I think we've had too much sun.
Yeah, I don't think I've slept in like 3 days.